one thing I want to clarify, a lot of ex-Muslims or anti-religion activists keep saying like, oh, it doesn't matter that you're offended. Like, I know because you keep saying I'm not offended, okay? As if being offended is a bad thing, okay? There's nothing wrong with being offended, okay? And sometimes the right thing is to get offended, okay? I think that a lot of anti-religious activists or ex-Muslims have got this wrong. The point is that your offense should not dictate my censorship. That's the point that they should be making. Like, in fact, it's better to come, like, if you're offended by something, it's better to communicate to me, because how could I, if I want to be moral, okay, when I want to say the things and do the things that I want to say, I want to make sure that I am only saying it and doing it to the people who are allowing me to, because I don't want to force my content upon anybody. The best way to do that is for people to communicate what they're offended by. As long as that communication of what they're offended by does not come up with a demand, it's like a request. Okay? If it's a request, like, hey, this offends me, like, okay, I wouldn't do it in front of you. Thank you for telling me. I don't want to, without any reason, to hurt your feelings. Okay? But unfortunately, when it comes with a demand, or with a show of strength and force and intimidation, especially, or laws, then I'm like, I now have to offend you because there's a bigger game that we're playing here. Okay? If you say like, hey, this cartoon offends me, like, okay, thank you for telling me, I want to show you. Okay? If you say, hey, this cartoon offends me, if you publish it, I'm coming for you. I'm like, okay, game on. I'm gonna make 1,000. I'm gonna make 1,000 more of it, right? Because now our freedom of expression is being challenged, right? So I have to make sure that the freedom of expression is not being challenged here, because I have to defend it. So just request me, and I will respect what, and I will try to not offend you when I can. But when you come at me with laws or intimidation, we have to make sure that these methods, intimidation or laws, don't work. So everything that you are intimidated or like offended by, and you want to use force as a way to silence us, we have to make sure that we say it, amplify our voices in that respect. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it really does. No, I'm thankful for the conversation actually, because I
Oh,
get to get your take on these things also. There may be some even with fellow Muslims, that they may have pre you know thoughts on prerequisites on your actual thoughts on something, and why you do something, and where it comes from. But I've actually found you to be quite moralistic in being open to someone saying that, yeah, this does offend me, and you're actually validating that. Okay, fine. Well, I'll make sure that I'm not stuffing it in your face. Essentially, I'll be we'll find a way that you do not get access to it or see it. I think that's a very fair position, um, which
okay.
I'm quite intrigued that I've learned from this conversation. So it's always good.
If you'd like to send me your questions for me to answer during our Q&As, become a patron. If you would like to have a discussion with me live on air at the end of the Q&As, become a YouTube member. Link to both is in the description. Thank you for your support.